Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So we spent yesterday searching and searching for wild boar to no avail. And actually, one of the things that has happened as a result of that, of me putting some posts on Instagram, is a number of people have commented about how scarce they are and that they believe that there has been a big cull of the boar over the winter period. I find that a little heartbreaking, if I'm honest. They're absolutely stunning animals, and I can't understand for the life of me why on earth people would want to cull them. However, there is also that phrase, not in my backyard, and the boar are not in my backyard, and maybe if they were and they were digging up my garden, I'd feel differently. I doubt it. I really do doubt it. You know, I wouldn't mind badgers digging up my garden if I got to see them in my garden. It really wouldn't bother me. But then I'm not the people who have to deal with that. However, while we were in the area, it seemed silly not to do another video. And so we weren't a million miles away from Wetlands Trust Slimbridge Centre. So we've come here. I've come here with a couple of things in mind. One, this is the first place that they bred and reared the crane and reintroduced them into the wild. So there's a chance of seeing crane here. I've seen them at RSPB Hamwall. The ones that we saw at RSPB Hamwall will have originated from here. So hopefully we'll get to see them. I've had a look on the Facebook page and a couple of people have seen spoonbill here. Now, I've never seen spoonbill in the wild. I've seen them in captivity. I saw them at Martin Mere, which is the sister site to Slimbridge. So we're members anyway of WWT, so we thought, while we're here, let's have a look and see what we can see. So if the chance of spoonbill interests you, and the chance of crane, and whatever wonders in store for us while we're here, come along for the journey and see what I see. What a difference a day can make. Yesterday, it was beautiful sunshine. It was incredibly still. There wasn't even the slightest bit of a breeze. And today it's gusty. It's really windy. I think the forecast said that the gusts are going to reach 30, 40 mile an hour. I think we're on the tail end of a storm which has really affected the southwest corner of the UK. But I think we've kind of managed to escape it. It was part of the reason that we came away from Skomer, because that area today is going to be absolutely hit by the weather as well. But we're back to Skomer tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. So we're just entering the Wetland Centre. It's quite a big centre, and probably very similar in Martin Mere, in that it's got the bit that I'm going to refer to as the zoo aspect, captive birds from around the world, and beautiful place to bring people to see birds, particularly children, but it's just not my cup of tea. I don't want to photograph captive birds, and I'm fairly certain that you guys don't want to see me photographing captive birds. So we'll get out to the hides and into the wilder part of the reserve to see what's on show. Just spoken to one of the local people who come here very often. A really nice guy, he's a bird watcher, and I just asked him about locations for the spoonbill, and he's directed us to the Tower Hide. He said he spotted it from the Tower Hide yesterday, and then the hides leading up to the Tower Hide were where you got closer views from it. So we're going to make our way there now, see if we can't spot the spoonbill. Spoonbill's definitely my number one on the target list. And so we'll see if we can find it. So we're at the very top of Estuary Tower, and what you can see just behind me here in the distance is the River Severn as it meets the sea. So that's the estuary there, and you can see the River Severn moving all the way off into the distance. And it's the estuary that provides the mud flats that will be the sustainability of an area such as this. And a lot of the wade birds and the wetland birds that are here will move onto those mud flats at low tide to feed. Absolutely no sign of the spoonbill, but hey ho, that's wildlife photography. That's not the end of the world, but I have just seen for the first time this year house martins, and that's an absolutely exquisite little bird to see. Incredibly difficult to photograph, but beautiful to see all the same. So we're going to make our way now back towards the reserve and see if we can't see any of the other species that this wetland centre is famed for. It's took some finding, but we found the spoonbill. It was definitely what I came here to look for. It's not a bird that they would often get here. It's certainly not something that they advertise about. So to actually get one, it's magical, absolutely magical. It's a way off. I would say it's probably 150 metres away, maybe 200 metres away. Yeah, probably 200 metres away. So it's a long way off. Okay for video. I've got a couple of stills, but there'll be record shots, nothing to write home about. But I've seen it, I've seen the spoonbill. So I'm a very happy man. So what I'm trying to achieve now is to photograph the sand martins. And it is incredibly tricky. So I've got my shutter speed at 26,000th of a second. I'm wide open at f2.8. I might narrow that down to f4 just to give me a better chance of getting them in focus. And I'm trying to track single birds as they're hovering across the water. Now that is incredibly difficult, but if I manage to pull it off, it has the potential of getting some cracking photographs. But I am pushing the camera's autofocus capability now to its absolute limit. So I'm looking for a bird as it's coming in, and then I'm tracking it off from afar as it comes in. But it is literally tracking them in and then hoping that as it comes close enough for the photograph, you're still locked on with the focusing, because what's tending to happen is the closer they get and the larger in the frame they get, the more difficult it is for the camera to focus on them, because their movement is so erratic. I think I've just nailed it. So the spoonbill's finally come into view. It's on the right hand bank of the waterway leading away from this hide. Several times he's come close, or close-ish, perhaps up to about 7,500 metres away, and then he's turned around and gone away again. All the time he's sifting through, using that beautiful big bill, sifting through the mud, looking for his target food. The hope is that eventually he'll move this way, or perhaps even give us a flyby and fly across in front of us, because at the moment I've really only got record shots. But I've definitely got some nice video. Enjoy. So after waiting and waiting, finally the spoonbill has flown down. I've managed to get a couple of shots of it in flight as it was flying down the channel, and then it landed in the water on the opposite side of the bank and spent several minutes sifting through that water. I think it caught several things in the water. It looked like it was throwing things up into the bill to eat. Then spent a good 15 minutes preening, And now it's done what spoonbills do best. It's gone to sleep. Probably where it'll stay now for at least the next half hour. Well, that was fantastic. The spoonbill was definitely what we were looking for, and we have achieved it. So at Slimbridge, the two kind of star features that we wanted to see today was the crane, which we've seen, although they were at a long distance, and the spoonbill, which at first I thought was going to be another long distance encounter, but eventually it flew in and it came nice and close. I think I've got a couple of nice in-flight shots. Definitely got some shots of it preening and feeding in the water, which is exactly what I wanted to see. And then on top of that, which has been a really nice surprise and has certainly kept me working hard, has been the sand martin. There has been hundreds of sand martin moving backwards and forwards across the water, and trying to photograph them in flight has been exceptionally challenging, but really rewarding. I've got some rook that are just in a nest above me, and that's what are calling and kicking off. But it has been an absolutely epic time in that hide. I was beginning to think this morning we weren't going to see anything, but it's come good with a little bit of perseverance. So I'll bring the video to a close there. We came here today with the intention of photographing a spoonbill, and we've achieved that. And that's what happens sometimes in wildlife photography. You go with the intention of photographing a certain species, and then you manage to achieve that. Slimbridge, would I come back to it? Most definitely. I think it's got a real variety of various different species on offer, and it's definitely going to put you into some very close encounters with some remarkable birds. There's lots and lots of opportunities to be had here, and lots of hides for you to explore in, and we've really only just scratched the surface of this reserve. And I'm certain that if we come back, we'll have a very different experience. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. If you're not yet subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you wouldn't mind giving it a subscribe too. If you want to show that little bit of extra support, we've got a buy me a coffee. Link will be at the bottom and in the description. So from the absolutely unusual and remarkable spoonbill, and from Slimbridge Wetlands, until next time, ta-ra.